Hey, kids.
Hey.
Just I looked up and saw that number. I was like, oh, I'm a little early. Yeah. Hi, kids. Welcome to another episode of Bad Pop Song.
So professional we are.
The show where we take you on a magic carpet ride through the world of movie reviews and musical cringe.
Mhm.
And for the first time in months, we are actually going to be discussing some music.
The titular Bad Pop Song.
Right. It's what inspired it all.
Awesome.
The Bad Pop Song. Yes. I, of course, am Bo, and with us is your co-host.
Hi, I'm Dan. Hey, I always started out that way. It's like, hey, you, now, go. No.
Yes, urgently.
Hey, go visit our website, badpopsong.com.
At your leisure.
When you can.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a good idea if you do, because you can find old episodes, music videos by Bo, other writings and musings he has made, other reviews, all things Bo. Check it out at badpopsong.com.
Yeah. I like things like super sweet, so make sure you just have a nice, cold, refreshing sweet tea with you and just dive into Bad Pop Song for sure. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
Click those buttons that tell us you love us.
Click away,
please.
Pardon me, Dan. I'm gonna move me over because there. It's just so annoying to see me like just attached to your face. So yeah, we are going to talk about the song Tangled by Jane Wiedlin. It is from it is the title track of one of her solo albums and also a featured song on the hit film soundtrack of Pretty Woman.
Aha.
Love it or hate it, it's just the soundtrack is just phenomenal. I mentioned that is because it's definitely not one of my favorite films.
Yeah,
but I think any pursuer, any connoisseur of bad pop music can more than appreciate the Pretty Woman soundtrack because it's got a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would ask you about what else is on there, but I think we should talk about this song first. You played it before we started recording, so I had a chance to hear it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do we do that first? I can't remember how we did it the last time.
I don't know. I don't remember when we were actually shooting video, because we don't, in the podcast we used to stop down, let you go and listen to the song and then come back.
Yeah.
But we're recording a video, so unless we put in like a little sign that says musical interlude and let you go find the song yourself or whatever.
Pause now, listen to the song, come back to us. Tangled by Jane Wiedlin. Cut. Hey, we're back on. So I think from I remember the what did you call it? The
Morganometer.
Yeah, the Morganometer. So Dan, you're driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the song on at a decent level where you're jamming out, and
so to speak.
you're at a stoplight. You got cars on either side of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want them to know you're listening to it? Do you turn it down out of embarrassment, or do you just embrace it and just turn that dial right up? What are you gonna do with this song?
This is one of those songs where it's just 100% inoffensive. There's nothing about it that like sets it apart. It's like, oh yeah, it's a great tune versus, oh god, this is awful, and I can't believe anybody actually enjoys listening to this. It is. So I guess I would just leave it at the same level, because I wouldn't cringe knowing that other people know that I'm listening to this song. But yeah, I'm not like, ecstatic about it. Sorry, Bo.
No, I'm actually ecstatic that you're not turning it lower.
Oh no. Like I said, it's not offensively bad or anything. It's just mediocre. It's run of the mill. I mean, it's bog standard pop 80s tune. Nothing really exciting about it. So,
All right, I'm cool with that. I'll totally take that.
But Bo,
yeah,
why do you love this song?
Yeah, and you want a little Bowland here?
Yeah, go ahead and take us to Bowland.
Well, it all goes back to right the end of my senior year in high school. I'm just about to graduate.
No, back to senior year.
I go and see First Run with my dear friend Carrie, who we were both in art class together. She was also my prom date.
Oh,
yeah, and we went to see Pretty Woman together. And at the time, I liked the film. But as the years progressed and rewatched it to give it more of a fair shot, I have discovered it. In my opinion, it is it's not a great film.
No,
it's not not one of Gary Marshall's finer films. But but and I like him too. I like Richard Gere. I like Julia Roberts. Mm-hmm. But I both think that those two have done much more quality performances.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But no, I mean the movie was a blockbuster though, and of course. Again, I think it pushes all the buttons. It's a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sex worker and rich guy like hook up. It's like, I mean, that's a very Cinderella kind of a
right. It's Cinderella. It's opposites attract. Mm-hmm. It's from rags to riches.
Yeah. But anyway, continuing with Bowland, so if any of you have been listening to Bad Pop Songs since we were a podcast back on Spotify way back when, we discussed the song "It Must Have Been Love" by Roxette, which is another amazing song from the soundtrack. So,
what did I rate that one?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I don't remember. I think you might have also said it was like inoffensive, but yeah, we had a different rating scale back then too.
Oh, were we?
Yeah, I think we had a different. We
were on the Morganometer.
We weren't doing Morganometer.
Oh,
yet.
Bummer.
Yeah. I think it was a different scale. I can't remember off the top of my head, but anyway, you've heard me talk about how just obsessed I was with VH1 and how VH1 showed all like the adult contemporary stuff that I wasn't seeing on other music channels.
Right.
Well, I remember sitting at my buddy's house and, somehow his family or whatever cable company they had VH1. And I was like, so, not that I didn't love my buddy, but like I did hang out there a lot just to watch VH1 stuff. And I remember It Must Have Been Love from the film, but then I remember actually it didn't really stick with me. And then I remember sitting in my buddy's living room there, and then the video for Must Have Been Love came on, and I just absolutely fell in love with the song. And it prompted me to just run out and buy the Pretty Woman soundtrack.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that's when I would buy an entire album for just one song,
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, but I also remember a lot of songs that stayed with me that I heard during the film that stayed with me afterwards were like Wild Women Do by Natalie Cole.
Okay.
It's like right before she like goes on like her Richard Gere gives Julia Roberts all this money to like buy like a night. She's like walking up and down Rodeo Drive, but right before she starts, she yeah, she's they play the Wild Woman Do song. So that song kind of stayed with me. So when that played on the soundtrack because I was driving home, I was like, oh yes, I remember that. I love this song. I love Natalie Cole anyway. But I didn't. Oh, and of course the Go West song was already a huge hit. The
Pet Shop Boys.
Go West, the band.
Oh.
Go West. You remember the song King of Wishful Thinking?
Yes.
Yeah. You couldn't swing a dead cat and not hear it. You know what I mean? Like they played.
That was everywhere.
They played the hell out of that song. And that's just, I mean, and it was like simultaneously on the charts with It Must Have Been Love, you know? So it's like the Pretty Woman soundtrack was just blowing up. And I think it was a huge kind of resurgence for the Oh Pretty Woman song by Roy Orbison.
Right.
I think that introduced, you know, people who may not have been familiar with Roy Orbison. It sort of introduced that to him and then reintroduced that to, you know, already Roy Orbison fans. I mean,
just reinvigorated him.
I already loved Roy Orbison from like when he was in the Traveling Wilburys and when he do you remember that song, Anything You Want You Got It? Yeah, I love Roy. But yeah. So yeah, of course that song is on the soundtrack. But yeah, and then I'm driving along and I didn't even look at the tape. Like I didn't even see who was on it. But I knew that the David Bowie song was on there. And it's the Fame 90, the Fame at the right. But yeah, I'm driving along and I hear the song you just heard, the song that you stamped inoffensive, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds like Jane Wiedlin. And I just instantly fell in love with that song. Just instantly fell in love with it. And so yeah, I spent not the entire summer, but maybe the first couple weeks of my summer after graduating high school, just immersing myself,
wearing the tape out
multiple times on the Pretty Woman soundtrack.
So how you don't remember it from when you watched the
I don't
film?
remember it in the film. I know it's in there somewhere, and I even in the rewatch, I don't. But I haven't, even in the rewatches of the film, I haven't paid enough attention. It's not one of those movies where
you weren't making notes.
I don't give it my undivided attention because you know that's how little I think of the film. You know?
There's not a whole lot that requires your attention.
It's like background noise to me. Like if it's on, I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll do this. I'll fold the laundry to this or something like that. No. So, I was already just such a huge fan of Jane Wiedlin because,
tell me a little bit about her.
Obviously, you know, she's in the Go-Go's.
Okay.
Go-Go's were huge, or, you know, at that point. And so they, you know, and with all of their, I mean, they had since broken up, I think, when she started her solo career in 1988. But, you know, they've had a number of, I don't know, in the last 20 plus years, they've had a couple, 2 or 3 different reunion tours and things like that. And they even did a documentary about them, which actually was pretty good. I did watch it. Yeah. Okay. And, but yeah. I mean, you know, Jane Wiedlin from Go-Go's, you know, Go-Go's success, that period. And then, you know, you also were kind of seeing her in films too, because she was Joan of Arc in Bill and Ted, and and she was she was a singing telegram girl in Clue. And,
really?
Yeah, and Clue is such a that's one of those cult following kind of films. It's like one of those movies they show at like your repertory theater sometimes on a Saturday night at midnight or something, you know. And like, yeah, here's the singing telegram girl. It's Jane Wiedlin. But
that's hilarious.
I've just always loved her voice. It's very soft and high pitched, and you know, and summer before my junior year in high school, I think I discussed this in another episode. I was I was busting tables at Bennigan's, and I was kind of having the time of my life because I was working with all these like 20 somethings, and and it was so cool to be working with people that weren't like teenagers.
Yeah. You were getting your first taste of adulthood.
Yeah, and they treated me like I was cool.
Well, you are cool, but that's beside the point.
They'd let me smoke with them. They'd give me cigarettes. I'd smoke. We'd all go out to lunch. If we all did doubles, we'd all go out to lunch and stuff like that. I really had a fun summer working there. Yeah, and so Jane Wiedlin's first album, Fur, one of the song that was released from that, Rush Hour, was like a top 10 hit for her.
Okay.
So I always was hearing it on that Bennigan's loop. And you're familiar with it, are you? You take me to the rush hour. Ooh, you send me. We're driving in the rush hour.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't again. It wasn't like a number one hit, but it was in the top 10. Okay. Got a lot of airplay.
I probably have heard it before. It's just not left a mark.
So yeah. So that Jane Wiedlin always sort of stayed fresh in my head. So by the time the Pretty Woman came out and the soundtrack came out and her song being on there, I was like, oh yay, so cool. So and that her debut album, Fur, which came out in 1988, I sang just about every song on there. The first song, Rush Hour, like there's Inside a Dream, that's the first song, and then there's Rush Hour. I mean, I could sing that entire album like back to front. So it's
cover to cover.
Yeah, it's such a front. Oh right, like I'm talking like it's vinyl or something, right?
Well, I guess I mean, I was just tape. You have front and back. So,
I was just getting out of vinyl too.
Yeah,
right. That summer, I was like all the vinyl that I had accumulated up until I was about 16. Mm-hmm. I started. Well, I had a job.
Yeah,
so I
could afford going out to the record town.
So I was wasting instead of saving my money like a responsible kid, I was just wasting it on cassette tapes and and cigarettes, and
that would do it right there. Yeah,
but anyway, so yeah, that is the Bowland for Jane Wiedlin and the song.
That is absolutely
Tangled.
Fascinating. Yeah, that you don't remember the song at all in the movie. I wonder if maybe it's like playing on the radio in some room or something like that, or it's...
No, what's funny... No, I'm glad you mentioned that because I need to mention why the song came back into my life.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, I was waiting for Laurie at Kenwood Theater.
Uh-huh.
And we were just waiting to see a film. And a film that we'll probably be discussing next.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned for that, kids.
But this was on their loop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was probably the first time I'd heard the song since 1990. Wow. I'm not lying.
Wow.
And it was sitting there. I could not believe that was playing. I said, this is the Jane Wiedlin song from Pretty Woman. And I'm just sitting there and all these people are just like buying their tickets and I'm just like, oh baby, I'm so tangled. Laurie comes in and sees me singing and I'm like, because she loves bad pop music like I do. Uh-huh. And I said, do you remember this? And she's like, no. I said, it was on the Pretty Woman soundtrack. And she was like, it was?
So nobody remembers it in the movie.
Because I know she's a fan of the Pretty Woman soundtrack too. She may even like the movie better than I did. Who knows? But unrelated. After like Pretty Woman came out, Laurie and I saw a lot of movies together. And I feel like every movie I saw in the theater with Laurie, like in the early 90s, I thought that was like the best film I'd ever seen. Like I saw Terminator 2 with Laurie and I was just like, it's the best. I mean, and that kind of is like an amazing film.
It's a good film.
Yeah. But then stuff like another Julia Roberts movie. Yeah, I saw like tons of Julia Roberts movie. First run with her. What did we see together? We saw Sleeping with the Enemy. And I thought, this is the best movie ever. And, I watched it like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I was like, this movie is lame.
Your tastes have changed, Bo.
And then I saw Flatliners with her first one in the theater too, and I do like Flatliners. I can still another Julia Roberts film. I can still watch Flatliners and think it's a decent film.
I've heard it's held up, or at least it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, it is enjoyable, and it's still like kind of creepy and scary and suspenseful and all.
Means
that
it
stuff.
was well made.
Yeah, well, yeah. Joel Schumacher did. He had his
moments.
He had his stinkers
outside of bat nipples,
right? But yeah, I mean, he had his moments, and the Flatliners was definitely one of them. So, but anyway, that is all I've got to say about Tangled.
So are you listening to it on the reg now?
Not on the reg. I think I listened to it like a couple of times since I heard it in the movie theater last week, just to keep it in my head because I planned on discussing it with you today. So, but
also, I'll do that occasionally too. If I'll hear a song that I haven't heard in a while, then I'll just listen to it a few times more. Never like on a constant loop. The one song played over and over again.
You're that guy. I'm the nutcase that does that.
Yeah.
So. Hey, I'm not ashamed. So yeah, any of you who any Gen Xers who are a fan of like every song from the Pretty Woman soundtrack, from Natalie Wood's Wild Woman Do to Go West's King of Wishful Thinking to Roxette's It Must Have Been Love. Re-listen, if you got that soundtrack way back when I did, like re-listen to it again, whether you're still listening to your CDs or if you're just streaming it, pull it up on on your favorite streaming platform, the Pretty Woman soundtrack, and make sure to give Tangled by Jane Wiedlin a good listen, because I think it is one of those musical gems that should not be forgotten from a film soundtrack.
I'll believe you.
Yeah.
You go do that. I'll continue listening to my awful film music. Yeah.
Yeah, I came in here today and Dan was playing like these beautiful film scores, and they're just so wonderful. But Dan's a classy guy. I mean, I like a full orchestra myself, but
I listen to things without words while I'm working so that I can think.
Oh yeah, you can't get distracted. I mean, I can't listen to music when I'm working. Yeah, I can't. It's too.
It uses the same part of the brain, and it just confuses things.
Absolutely, and I'm just too easily distracted anyway. So
yeah.
But anyway, Pretty Woman soundtrack, Tangled, Jane Wiedlin. Give it a listen.
And thank you for watching this episode of Bad Pop Song. Woo! Remember to check out the website, badpopsong.com. See everything that's on there, latest episodes, links to the songs and films and things that we talk about, and all kinds of other fun things. So tune in next time. Bo continues to invite us into his magical, wondrous, bubblegum world of all things media and music to make you cringe.
Indeed.
Till then, I'm Dan.
I'm Bo. Oh, also, we are Bad Pop Song on YouTube. So if you choose to watch us via that format, please remember to like and subscribe.
I'll have to add that to my copy of the closing thing.
No, you don't. I'm fine saying it. You do enough, Dan.
I'm Dan.
I'm Bo.
Have fun.
Stay groovy.